Okay, in this video review, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at all the ports and the construction quality of this USB-C hub. And then we're going to do some port testing to make sure that the speeds are what you'd expect them to be. First of all, starting with cable length. It's a decent enough length of cable. I mean, it's only 21 centimeters, but, you know, for hubs like this is what the cable length generally is. Goes up to about 23 centimeters if you include the plug at the end, but because that doesn't bend, I usually don't. 3 ports there for USB type A. That's a USB type A 3.0 port and a 2.0 port just there and there. These are for your low data devices, so things like keyboard, mouse, printer, that kind of thing. This one here is for high data throughput devices such as storage devices, hard disks, that sort of thing. 2 different SD card slots, SD and micro SD. It says TF on it, which is trans flash, just means SD or micro SD. 2 HDMI outputs plus a VGA output with screw holes. Wow, that's a really decent amount of display outputs. Let's test them out and see how they go. This is a USB-C port for power delivery only, and then you've got a 3.5mm audio output as well. Loads to like about that port selection. Construction quality, it's plastic. It's okay. It's okay, but I just worry that that indicates that the quality of the components inside isn't that great either. We will see. They might have saved money on the casing in order to spend extra on the internals. In my experience, that's generally not the case, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to give it a fair crack of the whip. Let's get testing. Okay, we're starting with the micro SD card port. We're expecting, well, 90s if it's good, 20s if it's poor. Let's have a look. Yep, it's a poor SD card reader. So if you're planning on using this for SD transfers, they're going to be slow. They're going to be slow. Okay, let's move on to the next port, shall we? Okay, we are now checking SSD speeds through the USB 3 port. So we're expecting around about 460 for 5 gigabits a second. Yep, there you go, 464. So it's a fair port as well. Working absolutely fine. I will say that I did try this hub with a USB-C extension cable to begin with. Didn't like that at all. So if you are planning on extending the cable, you may run into difficulties. Okay, let's move on. As you can hopefully see, I'm testing the power delivery now. I've got a power delivery cable coming in here and it's coming through here. This power bank is useful because it has a nice big display on it, so you can see how many volts and amps are being delivered. It's an 18 watt max and it's currently delivering around about 17.5 watts. It was around about 17.7 watts when this cable was plugged directly in, so 17.5 watts really isn't much loss at all. So yeah, some of the ports here are actually completely fine. It was just that SD card reader that was a little bit slow. And you can't really see the results of this, but I've got my phone here connected up through the hub and then just testing out that VGA port. It's working absolutely fine on my monitor just over there. Yes, so VGA port works absolutely fine. I'll test the HDMI ports, but as I'm sure you can appreciate, there really isn't a huge amount that I can show you on camera here because it's all on the monitors elsewhere. But I'll let you know in the written review how it performs. So overall, you know what? It's a cheap plastic monitor that actually does quite a lot for the money. It's a shame the SD card reader is so slow, but the rest of it seems to be fine. I might be concerned a little bit about how durable it is, given the quality of the components, but in terms of what it can actually do, you know, 2 HDMI outs and 1 VGA out, yeah, really good. Just be aware, if you're intending to use this with something like a Mac or something like that, you're not going to get a different display from each of your HDMI ports and VGA. It'll all be mirrored. If you're using a Windows PC, then you'll be able to show something different on each one. It's just a quirk of the way that Apple and Windows do things differently.
Yo tout le monde, je vais donner mon avis sur les Lemorele Hub 10 en 1. Donc comme vous pouvez le voir, j'ai branché mon Mac grâce au HDMI sur un moniteur. Et comme vous pouvez le voir, ça fonctionne très bien, très fluide. Franchement, à mon avis, il est très sincère. Et j'ai branché aussi une clé USB, donc sur l'USB 2.0. Ensuite, donc, vu que vous pouvez le voir, il y avait deux USB 2.0 et un 3.0. Donc j'ai testé les trois et franchement les trois font très bien l'affaire. Pas vraiment, pas de décalage, je vois pas vraiment de défaut sur ça. Donc vous pouvez utiliser le 2.0 ou le 3.0 avec n'importe quelle USB-C, clé USB. Donc voilà, ça fera très bien l'affaire. Ils sont tous compatibles en tout cas. Ensuite, je vais vous montrer maintenant mon écran, comment il réagit à la vitesse de l'image. En fait, si vous voyez un décalage, donc comme vous pouvez le voir, ça fonctionne très bien. Il n'y a pratiquement pas de décalage ou de retard sur les actions qui sont faites. Ensuite, je peux vous donner encore mon avis sur le port qui en fait vous permet de brancher un casque externe. Donc celui-là malheureusement il fonctionne pas. Il fonctionne pas bien, quoi. Il fonctionne mais vraiment de mauvaise qualité. Donc le son sort très mal. On l'entend très mal, du coup c'est pas utilisable. Ensuite nous avons donc le port où on peut brancher une carte SD et aussi un autre écran, mais avec un autre câble spécial, il me semble de télé. Voilà. Celui-là, je les ai pas encore utilisés. Ceux-là, je les ai pas encore utilisés, donc je peux pas donner mon avis là-dessus. Et pour le reste, je suis très satisfait du hub pour le moment. Ça fait déjà maintenant, je crois, 2 semaines, donc j'ai déjà pu l'utiliser, le tester. Pour l'instant, il fonctionne très bien. Je suis très satisfait du produit. Et donc, je vous le conseille fortement si vous n'avez pas vraiment un très grand budget et que vous ne savez pas vous permettre d'acheter un hub chez un autre commerçant qui vend des produits bien plus chers pour tout ce qu'il y a en fait. Donc voilà, le 10 en 1 et pas d'un 10 en 1, peut-être un 9 ou un 8 en 1. Donc voilà, qualité-prix, très bien, je suis très satisfait. Donc je vous le conseille fortement si vous n'avez pas vraiment le budget de vous permettre cela. Et voilà. Donc,
Bene, questa è la docking station collegata in modalità portatile. Questo cavo conduce all'alimentazione necessario per ricaricare il computer durante l'uso. Qua c'è il mouse e la tastiera che sono collegati. Faccio vedere velocemente qua. Il mouse sta funzionando. L'identificazione degli schermi 1, 2, 3 è coerente con quello che deve essere. Possibile trasferire lo schermo da uno all'altro. Utilizzo un setup diverso, ma in questo caso per il livello dimostrativo ho messo questo. Faccio vedere che anche la tastiera funziona perfettamente. E niente. Ultima nota, c'è la possibilità di collegare dietro il testato delle cuffiette, c'è un singolo cavetto, però funziona esclusivamente per ascoltare l'audio, non funziona come microfono.
Anche il centro massaggi e tu adesso mi mandi messaggi, tu guarda, ora che ce l'ho fatta.
L'HDMI collegato non va, infatti l'ho dovuto collegare all'HDMI del computer, non va nemmeno l'audio collegato, ma la musica continua ad uscire dalle casse del portatile e non dall'Edifier.